Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this Python for Beginners series. In this set of videos I will show you the basics on how to use Python, the ones that you'll need to be doing some data science. I know that isn't easy to start learning a new program language, but here I will show you step by step how can you start programming in Python. As you can see in this notebook, we'll cover some topics in Python, then we'll cover important libraries to apply in data, such as Numpy, Pandas and Matplotlib. And at the end, one thing that I know that is very important to you, it's apply the knowledge you've been learning. So at the end, we'll apply some Python to analyze real-world data. After this series, feel free to explore another data science topics and tutorials in the channel. And if you are new, consider subscribing.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Let's start with the most basics we need to know in Python. Variables. And we can start by doing some code. Let's start with a equals to hello data science world. Okay, what we have here is a variable with an object here or a value which is assigned to the variable or to the name that you give to the variable. And to declare it, all you need to do is to press run or just shift enter. Next, I will show you how can you print some variables or information in Python, and to do that we only need to write or use the built-in function print a, and ta-da! Hello data science world. So very simple, just getting started. Now there are some types of variables you need to know. The first one is this one that we just declared, and to check what type it is we just need to write the built-in function type of a, and it will tell you that it is a string. Okay, a string, it is a set of characters, can be letters, numbers, anything between quotes. Okay, and you can use these quotes or you can use these quotes. Okay, so that is our first variable type. And going to the next one, let's write some code. Let's say that b equals to 99.9, and let's check its type. Type b. Yeah, it's a float. Nice. A float, it's a number with decimal. Okay. And let's go to the next one. C equals to 10. Let's check its type. C, it's an integer value. Then moving to the next one, I don't usually use this a lot, but it depends on the projects you will working with. So 10 plus 5j, and this is a complex number. And finally, let's write down e equals to true and double e equals to false. So which types are these? Type e, comma, type double e. So Boolean values can only be true or false. It's like binary. Now I have a question for you. Do you think that it's possible to convert types? The answer is yes, we can convert types. And to do it, we can use some built-in functions like int, like float, like string. And one thing that I will tell you right away, we can comment the code. So I will comment this by using hash. Okay, so let's apply it. And I encourage you to pause the video and try this code on whatever you're thinking of. It will be useful to understand what works and not works. But let's start. So our first variable is a string, right? Our second variable is a float, so let's use it, b. And let's convert our float number to an integer. And by doing that, we get 99. It is converted to an integer. Now let's convert something to float. Let's convert our previous integer value, which was c. You can do it by c or 10, it's the same thing. So we get 10.0. And we can also use string of c. We'll get 10 between quotes. And one interesting thing that I want also to show you is that, for example, let's use int and let's use float. You can use anything. For e, and this one let's use in double e. Do you have an idea what we'll get here? Basically, we'll get, oh, sorry. Yeah, if you type two variables inside the same cell, it will only print the last one. So let's move this one to here. Let's delete here. So we have integer of true. Remember this was true. It's 1. And the false, as you already checked, it's 0. So it's like I said, it is binary, so true, it's the same thing as 1 and false is 0. So this is float type. One thing that I want to show you, so our e still being true, because here we didn't assign it to our variable he. So if you want to change it, let me erase this. If you want to change it to 1, you need to write e equals to integer of e. So you are getting the previous one, you are getting this one. And by doing this, you are reassigning a new value to a pre-existent variable. So now we get 1. Is this clear? I can give another example. For example, we have c with the object 10. Okay, so our c still 10. But if you want to change to a string, you need to reassign a value or an object to c. So we are writing a new object, so string of 10, and it will be a string now because it is between quotes. So the principle I want to tell you is that every time you assign a new object to a variable that already exists, the previous value will be erased and it will update with the new one. Now, some rules I want to tell you about variable names. You can only start a variable name with letters or underscore. You cannot start with first name. Okay, you cannot use numbers or special characters like this one. Another rule is that it can only contain alphanumeric values or characters and underscores. This I mean from A to Z, from 0 to 9, and underscore. And the last rule, it is case sensitive. So year equals to 2020, year equals to 2021. So they are different. If we print year, it will give us 2020. If we print year with lowercase, it will give us 2021. And for variables, that's all for now. Now let's go to operators. Operators are very simple, and I will start by showing you the options we have. So operators, let's divide our notebook. So for addition we have this sign, then subtraction, multiplication, division, modules, exponentiation, and floor division. And it is very simple to perform calculus here. For example, you can use 15 plus 5. It will print right away the calculus, and all you need to do is this. You can let's leave it. You can assign values to variables and then perform a calculation with variables. You can also assign a calculation to a new variable. This is x divided by y. You need to print it. So we can also do it, for example, with a number. So very useful for a lot of things we sometimes need to do. And we can also do calculus inside a print function. Very simple. One thing that I would like to share with you, which is very common to use, it's this hack. So x equals to y to x plus 1. So we are summing 1 to our x. So here we have 3. If we run this again, you'll get 4. But there is a simpler way to write this code. All we need to do is x plus equals to 1. And by doing this, we'll do the same. We'll do an addition to our previous x. So we'll get 5 now, 6, 7. And that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and start learning the basics of Python. If you enjoyed this video and learned something from it, smash the like button, and if you have questions, feel free to comment below. I will try to help you, and in the next video we'll cover data structures, so see you there.